Hi there, my name's Imogen, and I'm going to demo how EnableAll helps retailers to improve conversion, web traffic, and compliance with global accessibility laws. On the surface of it, EnableAll looks like a toolbar that helps customers to customize your site to their individual needs for different disabilities or neurodivergence. Customers have the ability to stop animations, and that stops flashing animation content on your site. We also have the ability to enable customers to simplify text. We also have the ability to click on text to hear it read aloud.
This ball doubles as a calming tool for moments of rest or mindfulness.
In addition, we have the ability to translate text into sign language. So a user can click our sign language button, then click on a piece of text and see it translated into sign language. When using the toolbar, we also have some amazing features for people to help them with reading and focus. So all these features matter a lot more than people may initially realize. For example, 1 in 4 customers has a disability and 1 in 5 is neurodivergent. And if they can't use a site, then they simply just won't buy and they'll often leave frustrated. So behind the scenes, EnableAll is actually doing something even smarter. What most retailers don't realize is that 7% of people can't use a mouse and 3% of people have such a significant visual impairment that they rely on a screen reader in order to be able to use the site. And a lot of websites just don't cater for these customers. So what EnableAll does is it fixes those gaps in the code to make sure a site works better for a screen reader or a keyboard-only user customer. So for example, we generate alt text for all the images using our e-commerce trained AI. We also generate labels for buttons and links, or ARIA labels as they're called, as well as labels for form fields so that a screen reader will tell a user what they're looking at, what buttons do, and also what they need to enter in a form so they can go through the entire checkout journey, which otherwise a lot of customers would just drop off. So EnableAll doesn't patch over accessibility. It fixes the gaps in your code, but without changing original code. We're fixing the gaps. And we do all this without development work and without slowing your site down. So why does this matter? There are 3 main reasons. Number 1, compliance is tightening globally. So you've got the Americans with Disabilities Act in the US, the ADA. You've got the European Accessibility Act in Europe, the EAA. You've got the Equalities Act in the UK. You've got DDA in Australia. You've got ACA and AODA in Canada. And all of these laws require businesses to update their websites to the WCAG or WCAG, also known as Web Content Accessibility Guidelines. And these have 80 really complicated rules that are very, very hard to follow. And in practice, even if you do follow them, developers and content creators forget to update things, and it's easy for things to get missed, such as image alt text or certain labels on buttons and forms. And that actually leaves businesses exposed to legal risk and possible fines, and even in Europe, block market access for not having an accessible site. But on top of that, accessibility is also a really smart growth strategy. So SEO, search engines and LLMs prefer more accessible websites. So having that ARIA content and the image descriptions is really important to improving your SEO, as well as sales and conversion. 1 in 4, 24% of people have a disability, and even more for neurodivergent. And if your site doesn't accommodate these people, they simply can't check out. And that's a huge forgotten market. And it's not just impacting the individual customer, it's impacting their friends and their family. And businesses who are offering accessibility tools on their website are appearing more inclusive and are better accommodating these customers, so they're going to them more regularly. So essentially, EnableAll is like your digital wheelchair ramp that welcomes customers into your store, enables them to browse and check out with their products. And our results have been amazing. So one of our clients saw a 46% increase in conversion rate. Most of our clients have seen their accessibility barriers on their site reduced by 98%, which means that their site is significantly more compliant, and it's also helping more customers to find and buy products. And for shoppers, this tool is genuinely creating real utility on their site. So 5% of shoppers will actually interact with our toolbar in some way. One of our luxury retail clients is seeing 1 to 2 customers a day use our sign language feature. So these results show that customers who were previously forgotten now feel a lot more supported And that translates to better sales and SEO, while also helping the business to become a lot more compliant. So Forrester research actually shows that businesses will typically see a $100 return for every $1 invested in accessibility. So this isn't just about compliance. It's a really important ROI and business case decision that brands should be making. So when EnableAll makes it that simple to make it more accessible, why wouldn't you? To get started, you can simply install EnableAll from the Shopify App Store and try it free. Or if you're looking for an enterprise conversation, you can get in touch with us via our website or hello@EnableAll, and we will give you a demo and walk you through our setup process. Thank you so much for listening.